Time for Top That Trade. Joining us today, Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor and options trading pro. Alan Nuckman, ready to go a few rounds and maybe get some political pounding in this segment. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show. Here we go with number one. Netflix has been a big pick, but will it continue to be a winner?
Ta-da!
I don't know, hard pressed to buy it after new all-time highs, but it is split multiple times, and if you look at it on a cost basis, when back 10 years ago, it was worth about $4 a share after all these splits.
Yeah, but $4 a share, they were sending videos in the mail, for goodness sakes. I mean, this business has changed.
It was much different. I got charged a lot of fees for not mailing it back in time. Remember those DVDs?
Charlie Brown Christmas. We'll be back in the DVD catalog soon as he sends that back. No, you're right. This is like, listen, right now Netflix is on fire. Yeah, it's had an incredible run. We could get a pullback, but this is a buy the brakes market. I know you like Apple, but when it comes to this type of subscription TV, Apple's running far behind, and Netflix, of course, I think is a big buy. A lot of content
from a
that's
technical
king.
perspective, I think when Apple pushed above 120, it's going to make another attack on those highs from 2015. See how long it's been since they've been popular. At 135, a push above that 135 level sends it to 170. So don't forget about Apple. It's not over.
Don't forget about Apple.
It's
don't
not
forget
over.
about The Crown. Great show.
Round number two, Happy Housing. The most expensive home ever went on the market this year at $250 million. What does this say about the housing market, guys?
It is, and Alan should have told us he was selling. You know, you should have let us know.
That guy's a house flipper. He just builds them and sells them. He doesn't actually live in them.
You buy them for, $200 million, you sell them for $250.
Hang on, let me do the math on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so there's profit to be made. Okay,
there's profit to be made, $250. But let me tell you another thing. This guy built a heliport. They have a helicopter, but they can't fly it because they don't have a permit. If you're going to spend that much for a heliport, how much can it be for a permit?
$250 million, if you look at it, compare it to if you're a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, that's a small percentage of your money spent on housing.
Well, and if Janet Yellen's right and interest rates are going to go up to 3%, that means, the mortgage rate is going to go up. So if you're going to borrow money on $250 million, you better lock in that rate today.
XHB, the home builder stock, had traded between 30 and 36. So a breakout above 36 targets 42, which is
like Pulte.
higher, 20% higher.
Pulte. I like Pulte.
So I think there's still more room in the home builders, even though we had a nice, healthy recovery.
Round number three, Money Rain. The stock market made huge gains after the election of Donald Trump. So what's next?
The rumor is, what is it? Buy the election, sell the
inauguration.
There you go.
Sell the fact is
sell
what
the fact, exactly.
So there's been a study about the time frame between the election and the inauguration.
Right.
The greatest gain was actually under Hubert Hoover. So I don't know if that's a good barometer there.
But really, we didn't have that much of a gain. I mean,
6%.
we had a big pop.
6% in the S&P, whereas Hubert Hoover had 13%, so he doubled. But past performance is not indicative of future results because Obama had a 20% bounce. So
it's
20%
easy when it comes
fall.
After,
20% fall during that time.
When you're almost at zero, it's easy to get a 20% bounce. But let me take a little bit further here. When we look at
less regulation, lower taxes.
But can we look at history with Donald Trump? I mean, he has defied history time and time again.
He has. I will absolutely agree. He has defied logic and history.
So, all right, we'll argue that another day because we don't have time. But the other thing I will say is that on the election, everybody called for a crash, and it crashed for how long? 5 hours, and then it went back up and high. We might see the same type of situation.
So after Thanksgiving, the S&P traded sideways, and we've seen this sideways action before. Typically, it leads to an upside breakout. We'll see if this overall strong 8-9 year trend can continue.
Yeah, but there's some people who are betting the other way. When you go sideways, we know there's going to be a big move. It's going to continue up or down. I agree with Alan. It's probably going to be to the upside. There are a lot of bears out there that saying that this is going to be the beginning of a crash.
There's no bears out there.
There aren't. They're not. The bears are in the woods. That's right.
All right.
The bears are in the woods.
Let's check you out on our bonus round for today. Can you name the famous boxer that Donald Trump gave financial advice to?
Donald Trump get boxing advice from the boxer?
Well, I wouldn't mess with him, seriously. But
which one, Mike Tyson?
You are correct. The answer is Mike Tyson. Way to go, Alan. Thanks so much for being on the show. Great job today. Business First AM continues right after this.